What's the buzz about middle housing? Good morning, good evening, and good day. Welcome back to the Let's Get Realty podcast, where we get real about real estate. We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and where we get real about reality. This is a safe space to talk about reality in today's world. I'm Jason Cook, your go-to realtor for all things housing in the greater Seattle and Bellevue areas. Whether you are a homebuyer, investor, or just a housing market nerd like me, this episode is packed with some juicy real estate insights. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's making waves across the country: middle housing. You might have heard the term floating around, but what exactly is middle housing, and why should we care? Why should you care? Stick around because I'll break it down for you fellas and ladies, including why it might be the key to solving our massive housing shortage. Before we jump in, a real quick reminder. If you love real estate as much as I, don't forget to follow me on social media. Hit the subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend. All right, let's get into it. Segment 1. Let's get realty. The housing shortage crisis. So let's start with the big picture. The U.S. is currently short about 8 million housing units. That's not a small number. And if you're wondering what this shortage means in real estate terms, here's an interesting fact. According to the census, 1 in 3 young adults aged 18 to 34 still live with their parents. Not because they love mom's home cooking. Not so much. Although, hey, no judgment. But most likely because of skyrocketing home prices and rents. At the same time, homelessness is on the rise in cities across the country. So what's the solution? We need to increase the supply of affordable homes. Duh! And one of the best ways to do that, using land that we already have more efficiently through increased housing density. That's where middle housing comes in. So, what is middle housing? Oh, brought to you by Athletic Brewing, the best NA beer around. You might be thinking, middle housing, is that like middle school? Awkward. No. Confusing? Yes. And full of questionable design choices? Not quite. Middle housing refers to housing types that basically bridge the gap between traditional single-family homes and large apartment buildings. Think of them as the missing middle between sprawling urban houses and massive high-rises. These housing options create more density without dramatically altering the character of neighborhoods. Let's break it down in a few of the most interesting types of middle housing. Accessory dwelling units. Say that 5 times fast. Accessory dwelling units, ADUs, also known as granny flats, mother-in-law apartments, carriage houses, guest houses, or casitas. I like that sound better. ADUs are self-contained living spaces that exist alongside a primary residence. They can be attached, like a converted basement or attic, or completely separate, like a detached tiny home in the backyard. Why are they great? ADUs, not a 4-letter word, provide affordable rental options, multi-generational living solutions, and a smart way for homeowners to generate passive income. Now, some cities, including parts of the Seattle metro area, now allow multiple ADUs per property. That's right. Your backyard could be a tiny real estate empire. Tiny real estate empire. Whoa, I like the sound of that. Townhomes. They're also called row homes. Townhomes are narrow, multi-story residences that kind of have shared walls with neighboring units. These can be owned or rented. And while they typically come with a small yard, they may also involve a homeowners association. See my previous podcast about that. And those have shared governed responsibilities. Can't say that fast. Now, the appeal. They offer a great balance between affordability and privacy. More space than an apartment, but without the maintenance headache of a detached home. Duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes. These small multifamily properties are either fully rented out or owner-occupied with additional rental units. For example, a homeowner might live in one half of the duplex while renting out the other half. What's the benefit? It's an excellent way to offset the mortgage costs, especially in high-priced markets like Seattle, Bellevue, Eastside. Now, are you thinking about an ADU or investing in a multi-unit property? Let's chat. Give me a call, 206-280-1911, or send me an email, jasonecook@windermere.com. And if you haven't already, check out my social media pages for real estate housing insights and market updates. Segment 3, middle housing and the future trends. Okay, now that we've covered what middle housing is, let's talk about why it's so important. Okay, so now that we've covered what middle housing is, let's talk about why it's so important. For starters, middle housing basically allows us to gently increase density without dramatically altering our neighborhoods. Instead of tearing down single-family homes to build a massive, huge, old, like 5,000 square foot mega home, cities can encourage more thoughtful infill development, like adding a duplex or an ADU instead. Here are a few major benefits. Affordability. More housing supply equals more options and better prices. Simple economics. Let me repeat that again. Affordability. More housing supply equals more options, equals better prices. Simple economics. Sustainability. Higher density housing options reduce urban sprawl and improve walkability. Who wouldn't want that? Community. More diverse housing types can attract a mix of residents, from young professionals to retirees. More cities across the country, including Seattle, updating their zoning laws to allow for more middle housing development. So if you're thinking about getting into the real estate game as an investor or a homeowner, now is a great time to explore these options. Pause. Oh, that might sound confusing, but hey, and I talk really fast sometimes, but if you want to have a one-on-one conversation, let's get together and let's chat. All right, let's get real about reality. It's okay to feel just okay. All right, we've talked a lot about real estate today, and I want to shift gears for a moment. And I try to close out every segment this way, not this exact topic, a little something different every time. I want to leave you with something that's been on my mind lately. It's okay to just feel okay, to live in the gray. We live in a world that is constantly pushing us to be happy, successful, and living our best life. Social media makes it seem like everyone is crushing it, flipping houses, landing dream jobs, traveling the world. But the truth, most of us are just getting through the day. And guess what? It's completely fine. Feeling okay doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. Life is ups and downs, and not every moment has to be the highlight reel. Some days, just getting out of bed and doing your best is enough. Sometimes getting out of bed and just getting air in and air out of your lungs is enough. If you're in a season of life where things just feel neutral, not amazing, not awful, embrace it. Neutral is good. Growth happens in the in-between moments. You don't have to be on top of the world making progress. And if you need a reminder that you're doing just fine, here it is. You're doing great. Keep going. One day, one step at a time. Okay. That's a wrap on today's episode. I hope this discussion on middle housing and a little life encouragement left you feeling informed and inspired. If you found this episode helpful, do me a favor. Subscribe. I'm not sure where the button is. It's around. Leave a review. Share this podcast with someone who might find it valuable. And of course, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I'd love to be your guide. Just reach out to me at 206-280-1911 or email me, jasonecook@windermere.com. And as always, feel free to visit our website, www.seattlerealestatecentral. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay awesome. Whew, there we go. Episode 2 in the books. Go, shoot, go home, beat it, guys.